So from time to time I do get to work on Marvel Legends, and Colossus is one of my favorite characters. So I've held on to this for a while just because I've been busy with other projects. But there's a few things to correct on this particular figure. It's imposing, it's nice as it is. However, that yellow strap is supposed to be a shirt. If you looked at your comics, you'll notice that it's incorrect. So it doesn't translate very well as a shirt, so we'll fix that. And we need to make the armor look like armor. And we can definitely strip it down and he looks like this. It's still not too bad. But we're not going to be painting the body in this video. We're going to be painting the armor and changing the shirt. I just want you to have a good look at the figure before we get started. And we'll be making this same pose at the end with it fully repainted. So let's take a look at the project. Let's get started. So this being a build to connect figure, it already comes disassembled for you, so we don't have to go through that here. Now you can remove the actual armor that's pegged in there by using a hair dryer or a heat gun. It has very little glue and you can remove it easily. This is the paint that I introduced to you in the last video, and we will be using it now to truly make a project with it. And this is the airbrush we are going to use. It is by Badger. It is the 105 Aero. And once again, it's a great beginner's tool, and it's also great for those that are advanced in airbrushing. This is the air compressor I am using. It's made by Pache. If you have an option or opportunity to pick one up via eBay or otherwise, I got it used. About $160 or so for a used one. Let's get started on the project. So the whole trick to making this thing look that much better is painting the armor in a black and then painting over that in a silver, and that will really make the silver stand out and pop, giving it a nice contrast. That all depends how much silver you want to use. Now, the end layer is going to be a Tamiya Clear Coat X27, and that is going to give us a metallic finish to the armor. So I'll let you watch the video in the meantime, and I'll get back to you in just a moment. So now I'm coming back in with the brand Golden with an iridescent silver. And this is going to be the base underneath the translucent red we'll be adding on in one step later. So this is our third and final layer for this. This is the Tamiya Clear Red or Translucent Red X27. And you do have to dilute this down with some sort of solvent. I'm going to be using a nail polish remover as my solvent. It works really well with this. It just takes a few drops and it thins it down just enough to lay down a nice even layer. So let me show you how this works out. Remember, you have to build your layers so that as it comes over, it dries, and then as you come back, you build up that color. That solvent, in this case the nail polish remover, is going to actually start to dry as it comes in through the air and it adheres to the surface. And you can control the tone as to how deep of a red you want to have. So for video purposes, I have already polished one out here on the right hand side with some extra brush detail, some wear and tear on it. The one on the left does not have it yet, but I'll get that in just a moment. I just want you to see what it looks like finished. This is the boot itself, and I've added some shading to this. I've also added a metallic band, and I've painted that red over that silver so it looks like a metal over the boot. These are the pieces now finished, and I want you to take a look at this. What a difference it looks once it's finalized with all the detail. I went ahead and added the leather bands just because I wanted some contrast. I really didn't want everything in a single red. And this is the finished shoulder pad, also with the battle damage on it. And of course, it's got a deeper red to it, giving it a different look and different contrast. Now, those battle damage pieces can't go without the boots being dirtied, so I had to dirty up some boots, and yes, I am mixing my paints, the 5 that I have, to get these colors. I'm not using any other paint. This is actually the same premium paint, just mixed down to get that brown color, and then the darker reds and the brighter reds. This is all out of those same 5 colors. So we made it to the last detail, and that is being the shirt. And those straps don't look like a shirt, so it's time to correct those. So I've taken the glue and I've glued to the inside of the belt this yellow material. And it's up to you if you want it to look comic accurate. If not, just have some fun with those scissors and cut it down so it looks like a worn and torn shirt. It's all up to you. So we made it to the end of another project, and as I promised, here he is in the same pose and the same lighting, except he is now completed. And what a difference it makes now with all of the details added. And no, I did not paint the body with all the details that are going on here. I figured it really didn't need it. It's up to you if you want to add a chrome body. That's not a problem. I may do so for a different video. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with some side-by-side comparisons of the actual item, and you decide for yourself if you want to go with a brighter red or no shirt at all, or if you really want to have that chrome finish on the actual body itself. Remember that every artist has their own viewpoint and rendition, and this is just a base idea for you to expand your ideas on your project. In the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe. The algorithm depends heavily on those features. It certainly helps out the channel moving forward. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the video, keep customizing, and we'll see you here next time.